All right, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Let's get ready, 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 let's get ready. Seems like, I've said this numerous times, I never know how to start these videos, but it does seem like I always have to pep talk myself to get myself going in the morning, you know, because it's very early, and that's why I got the shades on. I don't want you to see the bags under my eyes. But you know what? I'm not going to even waste your time. You saw the thumbnail. Let's get right to it. The GMC Yukon Denali. One way you can tell that this is a Denali is because of the grille. The regular GMC LT doesn't have this bold, solid grille. I mean, it does have pinholes in it, but you know, it's just an amazing grille to me. Yukons have not always been my favorite vehicle, but after renting a Tahoe, I've never rented an Escalade, but I see Escalades all the time. And I mean, basically, the Escalade is just the fancy, expensive cousin of the Tahoe and the Yukon. Yukon is basically like the mid-grade of GMC SUVs. And I must say, I have grown to really enjoy and like the Yukons because they're not as, you know, everyday as their cousin, the Tahoe, but then they're not as expensive as their other cousin, the Cadillac Escalade. And I mean, to me, yes, these Yukons just basically sit right in the middle between the Escalade and the Tahoe. And at certain angles, they all look the same. Like, you can tell they're all related. You know, they just change the badges and things like that. But there's certain things about them that they all look the same. And I personally have been wanting to drive one of these for a very, very long time. This is the Yukon Denali. It actually has, I wanted to say dual pipes, but I don't know if this is considered quad pipes or what. But, you know, this thing got a lot of pipes. I do love the Escalade's tail lights. They run all the way from the top to the bottom. These sort of curve around, so they give you like a little C or U shape, which is fine. I think that's also kind of fancy and nice too. No, I used to want an Escalade only because I wanted to be extra fancy, but I realized, like, you know, I'm not that fancy of a person. And I like the Tahoe, but it's kind of everyday for me. So if I really had to choose an SUV, I would definitely go with the Yukon. Like, I have grown to really enjoy these Yukons, and they're fast also. And the ride, as you know, it's amazing. I mean, I guess it's considered a luxury vehicle, but it's an amazing ride. It's an amazing vehicle. And if I had a choice today, I would definitely get the Yukon, and maybe I would get the Denali, because the Denali is just like, I mean, it's almost like, you know, there's the Yukon XL, there's the Yukon LT. The Denali, I think, is like the Escalade version of the Yukon, if that makes sense. But they're very nice, very beautiful vehicles, and I like them a lot. Come with like standard, I don't know what size these wheels are. Oh man, I didn't realize these are 22-inch wheels. You see that? For those of you who might not know, that R22 is the size of the rim. So I didn't realize this comes with 22s. I thought they were 20s, but they definitely do look a little, you know, but with a truck this big, even these 22s don't look so big. Like, I have noticed certain Yukons, they have the side step that is always out, but with this Denali, the side step actually, you know, closes up, I guess, when you're driving, and it lowers as you open the door. I really used to not like that technology, but as I've been renting these different vehicles, I've grown to love it. And I mean, I don't even know where to start. These headlights are just absolutely amazing. They just look absolutely beautiful. I mean, even when they're not on, they just look beautiful. You know, as I said before, the grille, the Denali grille, I've always loved. And I mean, it's just a beautiful grille. I do hate the fact that the GMC is so big and bold. It's like the biggest advertisement I've ever seen. So I definitely know if I got the chance to get a Yukon Denali, that GMC logo has to go away. Like, I know the Escalade is nice too, but these Denalis, if I had my choice, I would definitely get one. And you see that? Like, I love those turn signals. I love the headlights. Let me see if I can get it. You know, most of these vehicles all have push to start right here. Actually, the not push to start, but they all have the auto start right here. So if you double click that, what I will tell you, and it's hard to see it during the day, but at night, let me just tell you, this thing looks amazing. Just absolutely amazing. And what's funny is, like, even down there, the running boards at night, they have a glow to them. So like the whole ground under the truck lights up. And I was just like, man, that is really fancy. All right, so let's try to get inside this baby. The side step drops. Yeah, so the side step drops when you open and close the door. And that just scares me because I do feel like, man, when that breaks, it's gonna be so expensive to get that crap fixed. But you know, this ain't my vehicle, so this is just a beautiful vehicle. The interior is amazing. It's very nice and comfortable. And like I said, since it's Denali, they just want to remind you over and over again that you are in a Denali. I mean, it has so many buttons and bells and whistles. And like I tell everybody, since it's only a rental vehicle, sometimes some of the stuff this vehicle has, you can't learn in a weekend because it's just so many buttons. It's like you can't learn all this stuff in a weekend. It's just so much, so many bells and whistles and so much going on sometimes. So, you know, for me, I just kind of deal with just the basics. And I mean, just a comfortable vehicle feels like a tank to me. Like I would imagine, since Hummer is also a part of the GM family, well, I don't know. This just feels like a tank. It feels real boxy, but it's nice though. It's very, very, very extremely nice. Like I say, just once again, they want to constantly remind you that you're in a Denali. It's like, okay, I get it, GMC. It's a Denali. In 2021, by now, every vehicle is push to start. I don't think keys exist anymore. Oh, I gotta apply the brake, I'm sorry. Now, what I will say, I am kind of disappointed in the presentation. Oh, I am kind of disappointed. Let me turn this music off because I don't want to get no music copyright, because you know how YouTube is. I am kind of disappointed in the presentation on the dashboard. Like, I've seen maybe the Ford Explorer I had, to me, had the nicest, like when you turn the car on, it does like a little movie almost. Like, it was just really, really nice. This dashboard is kind of plain Jane. It does make me wonder, you know, but I do know that the Escalade dashboard is amazing. One of the coolest things I will also say about this car is the backup camera. Now, they've gotten rid of the twisty knob like my Chrysler has. They've gotten rid of the gear shift that, you know, used to be there. So now it's like these buttons here. So this is actually kind of cool to me. It does have the 360 camera. And as you can see, that is like a live video. I do know, like, I think the cameras are on like the mirror or like the top of the truck, but you can actually see all types of objects in this camera. You can see people walking. So I definitely know it is a live video. So you can even see the shadows from the trees as I'm backing up. And it's actually like very nice. I actually like this feature on vehicles. I think this is more on SUVs. I'm not sure if some cars have that same feature, but I definitely know I've been in enough SUVs that actually have that feature. So that there is actually pretty cool. And even when you go forward, it temporarily shows you the front camera, I guess, so you can make sure you don't run over anything in front of you or behind you. This vehicle is like a tank. And yeah, you can't really look out the back mirror to see anything. You can barely see over the front. I was at an event, and I hate to admit this, there was this little kid walking right in front of the truck. I didn't even know the kid was there, because these vehicles, they sit so high. Like I said, they're almost like a tank, and they're just absolutely beautiful. As you can see, the panoramic sunroof. I didn't originally know what this was called, and in some of my other videos, I cringed because I was calling it a sky view roof or something like that. But I now know it's a panoramic sunroof. It's just, you know, I'm not fancy enough to know all the lingo for these new vehicles. Like most of you know, I love compartment space. I can't even begin to tell you the amount of cup holders and little pieces for compartment space that this vehicle has. I mean, just everywhere. There's just cup holders galore. compartment space galore, and I absolutely love it. Let me make sure there's nothing crazy inside of here. There's a lot of space down here. I mean, just space on top of space on top of space. They actually always tell people, don't leave money in your vehicle, but I'm an idiot, so I leave my wallet. Oh, actually, never mind. No, I don't. I didn't hear that. You didn't hear that. So, moving on. Let's actually get into the back seat. Because, yeah, even the back of this vehicle is amazing. In case your passengers forgot, GM wanted to once again remind you you're in the Denali. I'm not sure if the Escalade does that. I don't think the Tahoe has it written all over the place. But yeah, I have definitely learned with a lot of these vehicles, it's one thing to drive them, but it's a whole different experience to be a passenger inside one of these vehicles. Because yeah, these seats are extremely comfortable. I guess they call this the pilot seats, because usually there's a seat in between these two, but in the Denali version, they take that out. I think in the regular LT version, it is a seat, so you can fit 2, 5, almost 8 people. And this one, apparently, you can only fit about 7, because there's 2 here, and 3 in the rear, if 3 people can fit back there. But it's just, yes, I'm starting to realize, yes, it's one thing to drive these vehicles, but this truck, oh, I would absolutely love to be a passenger. It's like, it would be the absolute perfect. Hold on one second. Hold on. I don't know why this music is playing all of a sudden. But it would be nice to be a passenger in this type of vehicle. It's definitely a road trip vehicle. Like, you would be extremely comfortable, especially back here in the back seat. I mean, it's just so much space. It's just really, really nice. And like I said before, and I keep saying, just a beautiful vehicle. I think if I had my chance on getting an SUV, I would definitely go for this Yukon. I don't know if I would do the Denali, because they are a little bit more expensive, but if I got blessed and got the opportunity to, I would probably do a Denali also. I'm not sure if you can tint this panoramic sunroof, but I definitely know if I had one of these, I would probably try to tint it, because sometimes it does get a little hot. It's nice and fancy to have the panoramic roof open, but it can get a little hot sometimes. It does have a 3rd row seat, so let me see if I can get back here. This does feel a little easier because there's a space in between. So apparently and obviously, it is easy just to kind of squeeze through. Now I'm back here in the 3rd row, and it's exactly what I thought it would be. Very tight. Like, this is definitely not meant for a man who's 6'2". I would definitely say if we were traveling like a short distance and weren't going to be going that far, it would be fine. But 3 people my size could never fit back here. Maybe 2 of us could fit back here, but 3 people definitely could not. And yeah, the leg space back here isn't as good. There was a couple of months ago, or maybe even a year ago, I reviewed a Yukon. It was a 2020, and by the way, this is actually a 2021 Yukon Denali. But I reviewed a 2020 Yukon, and when I sat in the 3rd row seat, it's like my knees were up to my chest. I don't know if GM watched my videos and decided to fix that, but right now when I sit back here, yes, I don't feel like my knees are up in my chest. Like, it actually sits kind of comfortably. Like I say, it's a little tight. So maybe on a long trip, it would be annoying. But if we're just going somewhere, a 30-minute drive, going out to lunch, it's fine. It wouldn't be too bad. And then obviously, this seat here does lift up, but I have it down right now. Like, all the AC vents are up here on the roof. I guess this is your light back here. Yeah, there's a light back here. And yeah, even back here isn't too bad. I got a decent, well, not a decent amount of headspace, but I got some headspace. I am 6'2", so, I'm not meant to be in the back of vehicles like this. So let's try to let me try to get from back here without busting my butt on camera. And we will now go and check out the trunk space. Every time I rent a vehicle, I used to suffer with how to open up the rear, but now I am learning You can either go here to open up something or go here to open up something. They claim there's a way to kick under the vehicle to open it up, but like I said, I've only had the vehicle for a weekend, so I didn't find that button yet. And this is the rear space. So, you know, you obviously can let this third row seat down, which will give you a lot more space to fit a human body. I mean, to fit furniture and baggage. Now, obviously with this vehicle, if you let this third row seat down, you only got enough space for 4 people. Unless you're gonna illegally put a little kid in the middle there, but that's dangerous, so I wouldn't think to do that. And this would be your rear compartment space. This right here is my sidekick. I take him everywhere I go because he keeps my drinks nice and cool. And I had some baggage with me earlier, so that's one of the reasons I let down this seat to fit my baggage. And it was fine. I mean, it's definitely fine. It definitely fits. I think these have a little bit more space. They may have made them just a little bit longer to fit a little bit more baggage, because I do feel like the 2020 didn't have as much space in the rear as this one does. And I'm actually surprised there's not one more Denali symbol back here, because they put it so many places. All of the seats are definitely power controlled. So to lift this one up, oh, okay, never mind. I think it's because that seat is so far back. That's one of the reasons why I won't lift up, because those second row of seats actually slide up, forward, and backwards. So really, if you got a taller person sitting back here, you could slide that second row seat forward a little bit. And if I was to slide this one forward, then I could lift this seat up automatic. Everything is push buttons, so you push buttons and things just close and you go on about your merry way. From this angle, to me, this almost looks like an Explorer. I guess that's just a new style and a new shape that they're making all these vehicles. This vehicle is beautiful at so many angles. Yukon, especially the Denali, for me, definitely gives the Escalade a run for its money, because it is just such a beautiful vehicle. And I forgot to mention, I probably should have showed you guys, but the gas mileage on this vehicle was actually very impressive, very good. It didn't feel like it burnt a lot of gas. And it handles really well. I will say, when you get up to when you get above 85, it does get a little shaky, but that could just be the alignment. Overall, it was a very nice vehicle. I really enjoyed it. I'm definitely hoping if I rent another Yukon in the future, they would give me a Denali or the regular LT. Either is fine, because like I say, overall, I really do like the Yukon. And if I had a chance to get an SUV, a full-size SUV, I definitely think I would try to go for the Yukon. Nothing against the Tahoe, because I like Tahoes too, but I definitely like the Yukons. Escalades are just way too expensive, and I don't want to say they're overrated. I've never rented an Escalade before, but you guys be assured, when I do rent my first Escalade, I will definitely review it, and I will post that video. So as I've said before, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching the videos. Thank you guys for all the support over the years. The channel is growing. You know, my content, that's a whole nother story. For right now, my content definitely will stay vehicle related, automobile related. Every once in a while I post road trips and things like that, because, you know, at the end of the day, you know, the channel is kind of showing little things in my life and showing little things that I experience. But I just thank you guys again for always checking out the videos. As I always say with these car reviews, if you have a vehicle that you would like Cuzzintruck to do an unadulterated, I don't know if that's a word or not, but if you want me to do a bad review on your vehicle, feel free to contact me. Just keep in mind, I will need to keep the vehicle for a day or two just to kind of really test it out and get a true feel for it and things like that. So until next time, I'll holler at you guys. Peace. Let's record it.
You do it. You're the one who wants to do it.
You were the one who asked me to record you. Now what you got to say?
Why you putting that so? You said subscribe, leave a like, and share the video.
All right.